Hello everyone. Well, it's very difficult to kind of figure out what's going on in the market right now. Looking at Toronto specifically, we'll see some houses in particular neighborhoods, maybe in the West End, for example, that are sitting around and they're either not getting offers or the offers they are receiving are not high enough to satisfy the seller who may still be looking for February or March prices. On the other hand, you'll see other houses that are getting still 10, 12 offers in the same week in the same sort of area. So a lot of it's just right now is depending on which house is showing the best, which one's allowing the most showings, which house might be staged. So it shows that if you're a seller right now, you gotta get yourself ahead of the competition. Whether that means pricing yourself ahead of the competition or just making sure your house looks better than the competition. And there's definitely a psychological aspect to the market right now. A lot of buyers are just sitting on the sidelines and waiting to see what will happen here. And I think for the most part that's going to continue throughout the rest of the summer and likely into the fall. The market in Toronto always slows down the last week or two of June and then all throughout July and August as well. So to me, it's going to be a lot more interesting to see what happens here in September and October of this year rather than trying to figure out what's going on in the market right now. Because regardless of what's going on in the world or in the Toronto market, the market will slow down here over the next 6, 8, 10 weeks. So again, I want to look and see what happens in September, October. But if you look directly just at the stats for May to try to figure out what's going on, it does seem like things will continue to trend down. Both the sales to new listing ratio as well as the sales price to list price ratio have trended down for the 5th month in a row. And in fact, the sales to new listing ratio is at its lowest point in almost 10 years. The average price in May was $1.233 million across all housing types, which was basically flat with what happened in March and April, but it's down, depending on the type of housing, it's down between 3 and 7% since the peaks of February. However, if you zoom out a little bit more and look at last September, October, November, the price in May were still up, 5 to 10%, depending if we're talking about condos or detached homes or semi or what have you. So it is an interesting market right now. I mean, I think that there's always people who need to buy or sell real estate, but the ones who are kind of the periphery people that didn't need to buy but want to buy, those ones have shifted the sidelines. And the same goes for sellers. The ones who didn't need to sell, who may have wanted to try to capitalize those prices in February, March, they rushed to sell back then, but the people who don't need to sell right now seem to be holding on their listings. So we'll watch the market. Again, I think it's going to be more interesting to see what happens in the fall in September and October than what happens over the next week or two. We clearly know the stock market this week, officially the S&P is officially in bear territory. Cryptocurrencies are down 50% since the start of this year. So, the global economy is definitely suffering right now, and that will have an impact on Toronto market and on the Ontario market and the Canadian-wide market. But I tend to think that, as buyers adjust to the higher borrowing costs right now, the housing market will still, be propped up in Toronto because of, low unemployment, record high interest or record high immigration, as well as high job vacancies. So there's lots of opportunities for jobs in Toronto. There's still people who want to live in one of the best cities in the world, and we'll see how this plays out over the next few months. I will continue to keep you posted. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me. Thank you very much and have a great day. Bye.